We are days late on this, but Xavier Booker has committed to Mick Cronin and the UCLA Bruins. He will be in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, for the second chapter of his college basketball career. Not sure I've ever seen a bigger smile on your face doing a portal video than this. What's your reaction to Xavier Booker to the Bruins cart?
Yeah, just what, I hate my life at Michigan State. It's tough playing for Tom Izzo. Let me go play for Mick Cronin.
Not a logical train of thought there.
Yeah, it doesn't really add up to me, but I'm sure there's some numbers surrounded about this move that might help with it, given what Mr. Booker secured in the portal. Does UCLA have a Moneyball summer tournament?
You think he's going to look great?
Yeah, as long as he doesn't got to see Kohler across from him.
I guess that's true, my friend. I guess that's true. So let's just start with what you're alluding to. It's objectively crazy to think that if you didn't work for Tom Izzo, you will work for Mick Cronin. You
Yeah,
believe that with your heart and soul, correct?
I do.
Okay.
But that's like the non-serious, like, kind of funny part to it. Like, I'm serious about it, but it's funny. But there's also a world where, like, this, I'm not saying this isn't gonna work either.
Why not?
Maybe Mick Cronin is the guy who can unlock Xavier Booker, possibly. At the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to find something here. I mean, look,
It feels like you're saying it's not going to work. And then just right when you get to the tipping point, you're like, I'm not saying it's not going to work. You're
yeah, okay.
perfectly allowed to say it's not going to work.
Okay, cool, great. This is not gonna work. This is not. I have watched big men go to Mick Cronin and not play for the exact reasons that Xavier Booker didn't play for Michigan State.
What are the reasons?
Does not defend, does not rebound, lackadaisical effort. Like those things are the quickest ways to get you. That's why Dave Mara is in the portal himself.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to play hard to play for Mick Cronin.
You have to play hard and be a good scheme fit, and that's as big of a concern for me as like playing hard is scheme fit. Because the more I'm deep diving my future backup center at Daymara here, a big part of why he didn't work at UCLA is because Mick refused to just like let him sit in drop coverage. Like they had a Daymara trying to fly around like hedging. He can't do it. And that turned into like, oh, he's a defensive liability. Meanwhile, he's like a great block rate guy. And like now everyone is telling me Ademar is an incredibly lazy defender. He might be. I don't know. I don't know. But I know he wasn't a good fit for Mick Cronin's scheme.
Hmm.
So I guess the question is like, can Xavier Booker play a scheme like that? It doesn't feel like that's what suits him best, but I don't know. Do you think they're going to try and make him like a backup five at UCLA? Are they going to try and just let him be Eric Daly's backup? What do you think is the plan here?
I mean, you'd think that Mick Cronin would go out and get like a five or something that would maybe complement the fact that he has like a more of a finesse big and Billardal kind of. Um, but like maybe also Xavier Booker's just Billardal's backup.
That would be a little crazy, I think.
Everything about this is crazy,
Does it, man, I'm trying to make sense of this one too.
except for how much money he got.
Okay, spin zone. Does this tell you anything redeemable about Xavier Booker, the person and the player? Because I will say this a lot of people run from situations they failed in and look for the easiest possible out.
Yes.
Xavier did not do that here.
Yes.
We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to $1,000 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code Sleepers. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick.
That's the
What
wrong
does
kid.
what does that tell you about him? Does
That
that
became
because you could go either way. You could say that tells me like he's actually a tough kid that wants to get over the hump and wants to be coached, or you could tell me he's just incredibly stupid.
that one. Not the
Yeah.
right choice. Just you should have took the easy way out and ran. But also like maybe you were trying to just secure the biggest payday that you could secure. And I'm sure you got a hefty one from Mick Cronin and UCLA from all the numbers that I have seen. So um
What are the
I don't
numbers you have
blame.
seen? I haven't seen numbers.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm ready to laugh really hard based on what you tell me here.
Well, why don't you guess?
You want me to genuinely guess what, based on the entire market, everything I've heard, would be a fair number for Xavier Booker?
Yeah, because I've seen ranges on this one.
$1 million. How much?
1.5 was the lowest I saw.
That's an overpay, but it's not insane.
Also saw as high as 2.5.
That's insane.
So, you know,
Yeah, I mean that's
but even
tough.
outside, I just don't get it. I don't. I truly don't. And maybe, he has watched this before. I'd love to know the reasoning behind this. I
Yeah.
do not get it.
Do you think that if he had stayed at Michigan State, was there any hope that he would ever get there?
Mm,
There were fans that wanted him back. I don't know that I would necessarily put you or I into that group, but
I think I always would have took him back in hopes that he figured it out.
it was just hope largely, right? There wasn't
All
anything,
hope.
not much tangible to believe it was going to happen.
No, outside of Maui.
Yeah. Yeah, look, sometimes I think like the obvious answer is the right answer. And I think like the story of Xavier Booker's career thus far has been that he keeps going places that are really bad fits for a kid with a low motor.
Yeah.
You're not going to play for a Tom Izzo team when your motor is what it is. And I don't think you're going to play for a Mick Cronin team when your motor is what it is. We'd love to be wrong the same way we would have been loved to be wrong in Michigan State. Like, I mean, Xavier himself was in our YouTube comments killing us for criticizing his motor in Moneyball. Like, I don't think there's any other story here than that though. You know?
I really don't get it.
The flip for me honestly would be what is Mick Cronin doing? Like, can Mick Cronin not self-analyze his own mistakes these last couple years?
Donovan Dent signed up for this, might I add.
Which that one's actually a great ad, but
That is a great ad.
yeah, I don't know.
Like what?
I don't know. Weird, weird times. All right. Like I did with Jace, I'd like to give you 10 seconds to say goodbye to Xavier Booker.
I truly am, and I'm dead ass serious. I really am sorry it did not work out at Michigan State, and I actually hope it does work out at UCLA. I got like no ill will towards the kid. He just didn't get it done.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll always remember for you taking 2 steps on the floor when Trey Holloman got in the logo saga.
He quickest I've ever seen him move.
Yeah,
I will remember the two threes he hit on Zach Edey. That
that,
was
that
like a whoa, this is
he had
something
that
moment.
dunk too.
In Mackey Arena, the best half he ever played at Michigan State was against Zach Edey. There's something in there, man.
Is there?
He needed to be at like San Francisco to figure it out, you know?
Butler.
Yeah, not UCLA. Good luck, Xavier Booker.